Hello everybody, my name is Alash Eisen and welcome to the Canadian Money Talk, the channel about Canadian investing and personal finance. Please like and subscribe. I record a video per week, so make sure you ring the notification bell to get notified each time one comes out. I mentioned something called an economic moat multiple times in my various videos, so I wanted to explain what it is. It is something Warren Buffett talked about informally, and then Morningstar included it in their methodology. Simply put, a moat is something that gives a business a competitive advantage over its competitors, either minimizing the impact of the competitor on the business or keeping the competition out of the industry entirely, as a water moat, filled with crocodiles, of course, keeps the attackers out of the castle. So, what is an economic moat? The Morningstar Economic Moat Rating is a proprietary data that refers to how likely a company is to keep competitors at bay for an extended period of time. One of the keys to finding superior long-term investments is buying companies that will be able to stay one step ahead of their rivals. And it's this characteristic, think of it as a strength and durability of a firm's competitive advantage, that the moating rating measures. One of the first things Morningstar does when determining a firm's economic moat is to look at the company's historical financial performance. Companies that have generated returns on capital higher than their cost of capital for many years running usually have a moat, especially if their returns on capital have been rising or are fairly stable. Of course, the past is a highly imperfect predictor of the future, so they look carefully at the source of a company's excess economic profits before assigning a moat rating. A company whose competitive advantages Morningstar expects to last more than 20 years has a wide moat. One that can fend off its rivals for 10 years has a narrow moat, while a firm with either a no advantage or one that they think will quickly dissipate has no moat. For example, a competitive advantage created by a hot new technology might not last because it won't be too long until someone comes along and invents a better widget. Note that about 25% of Morningstar stock coverage has a narrow moat, and about 15% or 1 in 6 has a wide moat. Morningstar has identified 5 sources that give companies economic moats. Number 1, the network effect. A network effect occurs when the value of a company's service increases for both new and existing users as more people use the service. For example, the more consumers use Visa credit cards, the more attractive that payment network becomes for merchants, which in turn makes it more attractive for consumers, and so on. Number 2 is intangible assets. Patents, brands, regulatory licenses, and other intangible assets can prevent competitors from duplicating a company's product or allow the company to charge higher prices. For example, patents protect the excess returns of many pharmaceutical manufacturers, such as Novartis. When patents expire, generic competition can quickly push the prices of drugs down 80% or more. Number 3, cost advantage. Firms with a structural cost advantage can either undercut competitors on price while earning similar margins, or they can charge market level prices while earning relatively high margins. For example, Cigna controls such a large percentage of US pharmaceutical spending that it can negotiate favorable terms with suppliers like drug manufacturers and retail pharmacies. This, in most instances, is the least powerful cause of a moat, since costs can always be brought lower in a competitor with enough investment or effort. Number 4, switching costs. When it would be too expensive or troublesome to stop using a company's product, that indicates pricing power. Architects, engineers, and designers spend their entire careers mastering Autodesk software package, which creates very high switching costs for Autodesk. And finally, number 5, efficient scale. When a niche market is effectively served by one or only a handful of companies, efficient scale may be present. For example, midstream energy companies such as Enterprise Products Partners enjoy a natural geographic monopoly. It would be too expensive to build a second set of pipes to serve the same routes. If a competitor tried this, it would cause returns for all participants to fall well below the cost of capital. As an example of the different sources of competitive advantage, here is Morningstar's reasoning for various companies having economic moats. Moat companies have competitive advantages, so do better in good economic times and especially do better in a slow economy. Their share prices are 108% in an up market compared to the overall stock market, and only take part in 87% of a down market for wide moat companies. They just have an easier time of it because of the competitive advantage. If you have any requests on what you would like me to cover in future videos, please put that in the comment section. If you'd like to get in touch, please reach out on any of these social media channels, and may you have a profitable day.